September 11th was the day when the world see how the two planes crashed in World Tower, and within a fraction of minutes the news traveled across the world that America has been hit by twin strikes in the World Trade Center. But in the other part of the world, in Mumbai, someone is making a company which is a startup and that will transform the entire world into a visa facilitation services, VFS, which has now become the biggest subsidiary between the foreign diplomats, nations, foreign passports, and any entity who is traveling between the third world country to the first world country. And with that, corruption has happened. Let's just see what is inside the VFS and how will you face it, what documents are required, and what is hidden when you are inside the VFS that you should know. Hello and welcome. We are from Immigration Ultimate. We always help the people to commit their goals, commit their informations, and much of that you can definitely browse from our website. If we see further, the VFS is actually pronounced as Visa Facilitation Services, and much you can visit from their websites. The company, which has started in 2001, and that was in Russia, has now changed the entire world, and it is one of the biggest subsidiary of any other processes. The second one is that it is owned by a Gujarati whose name is Zubain Kharkaria, and he is now headquarter location in Dubai, which is actually founded in Mumbai in 2001. And Zubain Kharkaria has now actually made a pact with all the nations, that is America, Canada, United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, Poland, Germany, France, Britain, as well as Sweden, Norway, Australia, New Zealand, more and more, that if anyone wants to go to foreign, VFS will be there to help and to facilitate their processes. But with that, a slight corruption is happening inside which is not aware of, and we are here to tell you, and that is not been told by any VFS before prior to submit of visa applications. So what happens inside the VFS? Well, there's only one thing that is happening inside the VFS is सवारी अपने सामान का खुद जिम्मेदार है. That means a person is responsible for their belongings. No one is coming to help you, and no one is there to give you guidance for any of as such. So better you are prepare for yourself as best as you can. So let's just see that how this VFS is actually distributed. It's actually distributed into three distinctive parts. The first is the documentation part, which is a visa application, photos, CVs, education, work permits, and that will go to the second part, that is the VFS, which is the visa appointment letters and bank statements, Xerox set of documents, insurance, and etc. and etc. And finally, it goes to the embassy part, which is the money and a small interview. There is the entire scenario of VFS that is actually happening. So 1 and 2 is equals to third. And this is a specimen of a VFS appointment letter which will generate once you take a date in the VFS. So the important things that need to remember first while facing VFS from 1st January. Now in VFS there were plenty of sites where you can do the insurance or travel insurance, but underneath which they haven't updated or tell anyone is there is only 4 companies where you have to do the of 4 registered companies. Those are owned by Gujaratis. I have been in the business to give you the insurances. The first is HDFC Ergo, second is Bajaj Allianz, third is Future Generali, and the fourth is Bharti AXA. Remember folks, these 4 companies will be the most standalone company through which you can get the insurance. Any other company apart of this uh, belong to any other person, not even if it's an American or Chinese or even Japanese, your insurance will be gone. Second point, the insurance should be of 365 days, that is 180 plus 180 plus 5, and the passport number must match with the insurance. That's a very much important part. Fourth, which they have updated, is that all the educational documents should be attested through any gazetted or recognized government recognized officer prior to submission of your documents. Number fifth, the to and fro document ticket for flying from your destination to any other place, any Schengen region, and the coming back from that Schengen region to your destination must have the date, and that date must match with the visa application, which wasn't the point before. The sixth is that the photo should be the white background, and the seventh, the phone number should be a match with the application, and the eighth is that, which is the biggest thing, that you must have 1.5 lakhs in your bank account for the last 3 months. For last 3 months, you must have 1.5 lakhs into your bank account. And the ninth part, after completion of all the documents, if everything goes okay, VFS will take the original work permit and original passport and they will submit with them. Now, the most important part, which they never tell you, and the VFS is almost clever, is that no matter how better photo you have prior to submission of application, on the day you have to redo your photo inside the VFS again. Yes, and for that they charge a heavy and it's in cash or card, but preferably cash. It will be only 4 or 6 copies of your photo, and the photo will redo inside the VFS. So let's move forward. Is that what are the work document checklist? The work document checklist are into displayed as you can see. The visa application form, the CV and cover letters, the original work permit, original passport, photo as recommended, travel insurance, ticket reservations, accommodation proofs. Then you have your work expense certificates, education certificates, police clearance certificates, and KRS companies. These are the work document related, that is the first part of it. But the second part, which is your VFS final list, that must have a visa appointment letter, a set of color Xerox or a black and white Xerox of all the set of documents, rupees 10,800 cash, which is non-refundable. A VFS cover letter stating all the documents and purpose for your visit inside the VFS for that particular time, a valid phone number that can receive the SMS. You belong from Nepal, you must have Indian phone number. You belong from Bangladesh, you must have a Indian phone number so that they can get the updates. There is no provision of getting a Bangladeshi phone number or Nepalese phone number inside the VFS system. So please be aware of that. Next is the question arises that how to arrange the documents in an order. So if we see and if we understood so far, while you prepare the documents and you need to arrange in a sequence wise, the sequence is in this particular form. The first is visa appointment letter. The second is money in cash. The third is bank statement of rupees 1.5 lakhs with transactions showing up to last 3 months. Fourth is VFS cover letter stating your purpose. Fifth is visa application form. Sixth is original passport. Make sure it is minimum 1 year late. That means if it's 1st January 2021 is the day you're applying, it must have an expiry 1st January 2022, not 6th July 2021. Is a preferable of 1 year late. Then is your original work permit, your accommodation proofs, company authentication, your photos which will be redo anyway. Then travel insurance, make sure the passport date must match and it should be 365 days. Ticket reservations that must be of a date of travel, particularly with the visa application form, the police clearance certificates, CV and cover letters, work experience certificates, and educational certificates as well. But things doesn't stop in here. Additionally, 3 more matters you must understand is a valid Indian SIM card for your VFS updates, 3 set of Xerox of all your documents, and some extra cash. So, a quick recap. First is the documentation of process, that is belong to your work permit or your passport or KRS and all that, which will go to your second part, that is the VFS, and on that day you must check your all documents and properly in order. Remember, the photo will be redo inside the VFS, and the extra set of documents must be in a Xerox so that they will match with the originals, and the VFS will take the passport and original work permit with them. And the third, if necessary comes, you have to visit the embassy, and the embassy will ask you further more questions or like that, and if anything goes well, then you can keep the documents for the further processing. So how Immigration Ultimate can help you? Well, we are in the business for last 17 years, and we have made many successful stories. Our clientele are very much great in the world, and we carefully process everything, and our dearest clients and partners get every bit of information particularly clear, and they get the visas done. So thank you for being in this channel. Thank you for watching this video. If you feel any comments, do comment us. We'll be happy to answer you. If you feel it good, please do not forget to share and subscribe, as well as we will see you in the next video. Thank you.